Hi, this is Matt Roush, Senior Critic for TV Insider, and here's what's worth watching for the week of September 6th. We start with a true crime story. Well, it's a kind of a true crime story. The series is called Impeachment: American Crime Story. It's the third edition of this American Crime Story series. The first one dealt with the trial of O.J. Simpson. The second was about the murder spree of the man who killed Gianni Versace. And now we're dealing with the impeachment of Bill Clinton through the eyes of the women all embroiled in the sex scandal that rocked Washington, D.C. and the world in the late 1990s. As in the previous editions, the acting here is remarkable. You know, you remember the scandal, you remember the Saturday Night Live parodies. Well, this is no joke. These are serious actors doing a serious job, and a lot of it has to deal with the fact that Monica Lewinsky hasn't had her story dramatized this way ever before, and now this is really her story. It's also the story of Paula Jones, whose lawsuit, her sexual harassment lawsuit, sort of brought in the whole Monica Lewinsky story, but Paula Jones being played by Anna Lee Ashford. You have a young woman, Beanie Feldstein, who's a rising star, playing Monica Lewinsky, and she'll just break your heart in this story. But you've also got amazing performances by Sarah Paulson playing Linda Tripp, the villain of the piece, who tapes Monica's phone calls to her. She's her supposed friend, betrays her to the feds. You also have Edie Falco as Hillary Clinton. The level of acting here, the level of writing, and just the point of view of these women, whether it's Linda Tripp, the villain, Monica Lewinsky, the sort of victim here, Paula Jones, again played by Anna Lee Ashford. These are all wonderful performers who are telling you a story that a lot of us probably don't want to see again. Well, as in the previous crime story miniseries, this really does raise it beyond the level of a tabloid rehash. So if you're looking for something quite gripping and quite provocative, Impeachment: American Crime Story begins Tuesday on FX. For a little nostalgia, Disney Plus is bringing back the days of Doogie Howser in a way. Those who might remember that Neil Patrick Harris became a star playing the kid doctor Doogie Howser, MD, back almost 30 years ago. I mean, good grief. But now it's being transplanted to Hawaii. We have a young 16-year-old female doctor. They're calling her Doogie Aloha. Her real name is Lahala. They are calling her Doogie because it's sort of like in the lexicon now. It's almost like it's sort of like a catchphrase that any young genius is called a Doogie. Well, this girl, 16-year-old medical doctor prodigy, living in Hawaii with her mom and her dad, and her mom's a doctor too. And so it's all about her coming of age. Just like it was with Doogie Howser, she can save lives, but her own life, she's an adolescent. So she's got all those things that happen about coming of age in wonderful Hawaii. It's shot in Oahu, and it's going to be a much happier event than The White Lotus was on HBO, let's put it that way. So if you're really looking for a fun family show that kind of takes you back to a different time maybe, but also takes you to Hawaii, who doesn't want to go there, you might want to check out Doogie Aloha, starting Wednesday on Disney Plus. And finally, for a deep dive into adult drama, HBO is offering Scenes from a Marriage, a 5-part miniseries based on a classic 1970s project from Swedish filmmaker Ingmar Bergman. This remake is Americanized, it is modernized. In the original version, it was the husband who left the wife. In this one, it's Jessica Chastain playing a rising tech executive who's restless in her marriage to Oscar Isaac, who's an academic. And as their marriage falls apart over 5 episodes, 5 scenes, I guess you would call it, but they're also like one-act plays. Each one like moves forward in time. So you're spending several years in the lives of these characters as they work through their relationship, their separation, the fact they really can't extricate each other from each other's lives, and the mood can shift from passion and sorrow to rage in an instant. So all the emotions are here, and the acting by Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac is remarkable. So if you're in the mood for a good adult drama, check out Scenes from Marriage on HBO starting Sunday. This is Matt Roush for TV Insider. For more news, reviews, and what's hot in streaming, check out TV Insider today. If you enjoy these reviews on TV Insider, hit subscribe.